kids are a big part of our passion at the Makerspace.
Okay, yeah.
Because we really believe that these kids have been through a lot, and sometimes the system itself is part of the trauma, and we want to give them opportunities. That's why we do stuff for them.
Now, do you call it? Is it Made New Omaha or is it Made New Makerspace?
Yeah, Made New Makerspace.
Because the website's
Made New Omaha.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode, episode number 19 of Omaha Sips and Tips, where I'm sitting with local businesses, entrepreneurs, and nonprofits in this case, and having sips of some local stuff here in Nebraska. And I'm Sean Lee, your realtor with Nebraska Realty, and I'm sitting with Jim Clements with Made New Makerspace, and we're going to hear about it. And it's an awesome project because you came here and you spoke to all the agents, and I was like, I got this guy. Smooth, real cool. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Made New Makerspace, right? Up front, and then we're gonna have some sips, and we'll finish it up talking about it. Okay,
absolutely.
yeah.
Well, Made New Makerspace, it's a nonprofit, 501c3. It actually started in the basement of my home in 2018. It was something that I was teaching high school skilled trades at the time, and I had been working on a program that had really made a difference in several lives of kids in the school, and I wanted to bring it outside of the school. At first, I tried approaching the school, and the superintendent said, "Hey, this is really cool, but it's kind of outside the scope of what we're doing." And so I went to my wife and I said, "Hey, is this something that we could do? What if I quit my job teaching at the high school? We cash out the retirement plan and we start a nonprofit to help."
Wives
kids.
love to hear that.
Oh, they love
to have
they
that.
Love that.
They love it.
I always tell people that the fact that I didn't die after that conversation is all the proof that I needed that it was meant to be.
It's going to happen. Okay,
and
cool.
So after that conversation, we started Made New Makerspace. In our basement, we worked with just a handful of kids that first year. We offer support to underserved kids, so kids in the community from low-income settings or system-involved kids. We also work with foster kids. That's a big passion for us, and we've grown over the years from just that handful in 2018 to now we're regularly working with over 1,000 kids a year. We're probably going to break over 1,500 this year that we will be working with.
Yeah, I think I saw your financial report on, and I'll put the website up because people should go up there and take a look at that. But the amount of kids you supported from your 2022 annual report, which is really cool. You can't normally find that on a lot of nonprofits and business. You got to go through all the hoopla, but it's right there. It's really cool, easy to understand. I think people would be surprised at how much you've done there. I think it was 1,700 kids. During that time frame. So that's really cool.
And it's just a lot of hard work. It's a lot of determination. We set out to try to meet kids where they're at, and we have all sorts of cool programs where we go out in the community. We've got our mobile makerspace and a bunch of other things that we do, where we just want to go to where those kids are, give them supports that they need, and help them to thrive, and give them skills they need to thrive.
So let me ask you this, because my mom, I think, is probably the only one who's make it through to this point. But she's gonna want to know what exactly is a makerspace. I think I was telling a lot of the people around, because they know when I'm hanging around here that I'm getting ready to do a show. But asking, so what exactly do you do in a makerspace?
That is a common question.
Okay.
You're not the only person to ask that. A makerspace is a place where you can go and you can create stuff. It's a facility. A makerspace proper is a facility that has tools for building, construction, creation. So we're talking 3D printers, laser engravers, welding equipment, woodworking tools. We've got sewing machines. We've got photography tools. We've got tools for doing metal sculpting, and we've got tools for doing all sorts of different woodworking. So we just have a lot of tools and equipment. And so that's like the heart of what we do. Is we want to be a creative space, but we're not just a creative space. There are a lot of places where you can go and you can rent out a shop and you can use their tools and you can do stuff like that. But we actually want to add services to the community that are based on what can you do in a makerspace.
Okay. And So then you just drive to those communities or events, and you were just telling me about one that'll be possibly be coming up, where you would just show up there, and then people get to walk around, check out, and they can make things and use the 3D printer or
Right.
anything.
Yeah.
So stuff
Absolutely.
that they wouldn't normally see probably, and get some experience with it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly it. So we've got a program called our Mobile Makerspace, which is a miniaturized version of our makerspace put into a trailer. We have 3D printers. We've got a laser engraver in that. We've got model rocketry, which is a lot of fun. We have.
We should have brought a rocket
Oh,
today.
I know. That would have been so much fun.
I mean, we could. Man, that'd be okay.
That would
That'd
be
be
fun.
cool.
We got
All
all
right.
these things, and we load it up in a trailer, and we go out into the community. And so, like at Dundee Day, which is a local festival, we're going to be there, and we're
Okay.
going to work with probably over 300 kids that day. And so it's going to be tons of fun. We're going to be they're going to get the 3D print stuff, make buttons on our button making machines, do all sorts of really fun stuff.
Okay, well that's cool. So you actually do you have a building then?
Yes.
A
yes.
main building, is that the one? I was checking out your website. It was very cool. People should check it out, and I'll put it up there. It's madenewOmaha.com.
Yep.
MadenewOmaha.com. Check it out. See what they've got to offer. But so is that the 55th and F?
Yep. That's the one at 5366 F Street. Yep.
Okay. And then you have this mobile.
And then we have the mobile makerspace that we can go
Okay,
out.
cool.
And then we also do partnerships and collaborations with the community where we go out to wherever they are. We had one earlier this year where we went out and worked with Kiewit. They have a mentoring program where Kiewit mentors local youth, and they wanted to come up with a fun activity for 100 youth and their mentors to do. So we came up with these mousetrap cars. They're cars that have a mousetrap on them that powers them, and so you pull the back of the mousetrap, and it's attached to a string to the back wheels, and as that mousetrap moves, it makes the wheels spin and the car goes forward. It's really fun. We built those with the kids, and they had races and competitions that day. So we like to do stuff like that where we can get our hands dirty with the kids and build something cool.
And if there's somebody out there who needs, you'll collaborate. You do birthday party. I mean,
We do
sometimes.
everything.
Okay,
We do everything.
Anybody could call you and
Yeah, if
or
they
schedule.
want to reach out to me, we do a lot of stuff, and there's just too many things to even list on our website. And so if people are saying, hey, I've got a group of kids, whether that's a birthday party, whether that's a school, whether that's an organization that does mentoring, and they're like, how do I work with these kids? What can we do with these kids to teach them something, but also to support them? And we'll come in and we'll bring ideas, we'll bring tools. Sometimes we'll come up with something like the mousetrap cars, and we'll just have a good time.
Okay, wow, geez, and this is every day. You probably got to be thinking of what to do. So coming here at this time is a good time for you to just rest and just have a local sip of something.
Absolutely.
We should.
Absolutely.
I've been icing this thing, and of course I got these top quality glasses. They're all clean. I give these out, so you can have that one if you would like. But let's pop these open.
Yeah.
I'll say a little bit about it. This is Empyrean Brewing out of Lincoln. Mm-hmm. It's crazy, but they've been around for 32 years, I think. And this is the first can, because they didn't put them in cans. Mm-hmm. They just started doing it. And this Zookeeper limited collection was the first canned version of any other beers that they've ever done. So, and this is again, folks. This is out of Lincoln. If you're a fan of Laszlo's, I believe their beer started there, and now Empyrean is their own place. But this is a Zookeeper, and I believe the purchases of this beer went to support the Lincoln Children's
Zoo.
Yeah, Lincoln's Children's Zoo, which is a cool thing. It's amazing how this kind of corresponds with helping kids and,
Right.
and thinking about kids and taking care of people. So, this stuff is Zookeeper Lemon Kelch. It's not an IPA. You're probably an IPA lover.
I honestly I'll take whatever I can get.
You'll take whatever you get. Okay, that's what you know. What we need to have you on this show a little bit more often. I've done this. This is the 19th one. This is only the third time I've had beer on it. Mm-hmm. I'm more of a beer guy, but I mean, there's local gin companies, and distillers, and there's wine. I've still got wine. I've got local wineries. They're coming up. I just need to make sure, but I thought this was a good fit, man. It's cool.
Oh yeah.
And this is a place that's been around for a while, so I got to taste it. I want to taste this thing. Let's see. Now that is
taste the lemon.
Very lemony. Mm-hmm. This is I just heard this term, patio pounder. So this is one of those things where you're sitting on the patio at night, you're grilling some meats or vegetables, whatever you do. It's fresh. It's pretty light, isn't it?
That's not bad at all.
Very smooth. So check these guys out. I'll put up their contact information if you've never checked them out. I mean, Empyrean. This is great. This is great stuff. Local.
Yeah.
I only do local.
Local's awesome.
It's amazing because so many people are integrated that I've had on this show that know other people. Mm-hmm. I've worked with some of these people in the past, but Omaha's such a great community. Mm-hmm. The state is great. I can't believe how many cool things that are happening here.
Yeah.
If you don't ever know about it. So. Yeah. I hope people watch this and say, geez, yeah, these guys are cool characters. Oh, yeah, they got this going, from people and can kind of get into that support with, the makerspace, your makerspace, these local beers and these little places, because that's what it's all about.
Oh, yeah,
getting together with people.
Absolutely.
Now, what else? I think I saw something about a laptop. If people wanted to get involved.
Yeah.
A laptop drive. I mean, you give laptops to kids.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a big program that we do. Actually, it's one of our main programs we do throughout the year. And with August and school starting and everything else going on, that's actually something that is in high demand right now. It's called Laptops for Learners.
Okay.
And what the Laptops for Learners program is that is a program where we take gently used laptops, we refurbish them, and so we'll spend. So, for example, we spent half a day yesterday replacing batteries, and laptops had dead batteries. Or if the laptops need a new trackpad for the mouse, we'll replace a trackpad. So we fix up the laptops so they're as good as new. Once we do that, our friend Ken at Ken's PC Repair is our community partner, and Ken will actually he'll reformat the computers, make sure they've got a fresh, clean copy of Windows on there. We ask him to put a little bit of software on there, so like there's an Office suite on there so that they can use Word documents and stuff like that. And so he puts all that on there, and then what we do is we turn around and we give these laptops at no cost to kids from low-income families. And so it's
now
really cool
I was talking with some people because that's a good thing, and I could even start a laptop.
Oh yeah,
drive. And one of my things would be, I have laptops. I don't even, I'm not a computer expert, but how do I know that it's good, or I got all my stuff off that I wouldn't want, or I don't know if it's good enough that you can use it.
Right. And those are some really great questions. And so to back up, we'll start with the, I'm worried about my stuff. I might have stuff on the computer.
Okay.
I want to make sure that's gone. So you can do two things. One is you can do a Windows reset. Now, if you know how to do that, it's in the Windows settings to reset.
Okay.
And that'll delete everything. Now, if you don't know how to do that, or if you're like, I want to make sure that it's really, really deleted, that's where our partner, Ken's PC Repair, that's where he really comes in and shines, because he goes through and he makes sure every computer is 100% formatted, each drive is wiped, and then he goes and he puts a new system over top of it, so that data is gone. So once those computers are given to us, there's no chance anybody's going to find grandma's oatmeal cookie recipe on there. It's gone for good. And so that addresses that. The next one is, how do I know if that laptop's any good? Well, there's a couple different variables. So if it's a PC, so like a Windows-based laptop, if that's something that if it runs at least Windows 7, we will take it at this point. And so if it runs at least Windows 7, ideally Windows 8 or higher would be great, but Windows 7 computers, we can still usually get those upgraded.
That's old. That'd be an old computer if somebody has that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if it's a Mac, we usually say Macs that were made model years 2014 or 2015 or newer. Those are about what we're looking for.
Okay.
Now, if you've got something that's older than that, you've got an old Windows Vista computer in your closet or somewhere, you can take that to Ken's PC Repair. If he can harvest any good parts off it, the RAM or the hard drive or something like that, he'll do that. And then he has an e-recycling contract where he will actually recycle the rest of that computer.
Okay, if it doesn't work,
so worst case scenario,
it'll at least get parted out.
We might get a few
use
parts out of the computer, and then sometimes if we get a computer that's just too far gone to turn around and refurbish for a kid, we'll actually use those for classes where we'll teach kids how to take apart computers and put them back together. And so it's low stakes there, because then if the computer doesn't work when we turn it on, it's not the end of the world, because we weren't planning on giving that one out anyway.
Okay. Wow. Holy smokes. All right. When do you guys normally give those out? Do you have like a big drive and then you're just like, hey, kids need this. It's great to have things by August.
We do it
January.
Throughout the year, really, and whenever the need is. And so if people bring us a pile of computers in July so that we're ready for August, that's awesome. If people bring us a pile of computers in October, we'll take them because we'll put them to good use. So we can actually, if people have computers that they want to bring in, we do this program year round. And it seems like, if we have a good stockpile, so like right now, going into August, we've probably got about 200 computers that we're ready to give away. So we've got a good collection right now. Now, those 200 computers, they're going to be gone by the end of December.
Easy,
and
right?
So, as the month goes, as we August and September, October, as we get through those months, we're going to get more and more people, and it just kind of snowballs when people start hearing about what we're doing. The school year gets started. People are like, "Oh my gosh, I have a kid that needs one of these computers," and so I've had times where I've had that shelf get down to like 5 or 10 laptops, and I'm going, oh my gosh, are we going to have to put the program on pause? We actually, over the summer, did have to put the program on pause for a little while, because it wasn't computers that we ran out of chargers. And so this is something that people don't realize, is that, with the computer come the peripherals, come the laptop chargers, and we give a bag out with them. Well, we're a very small nonprofit, and when funds get tight, we have to make executive decisions on what we can and can't afford to buy. So over the summer months this year, we were like, we can't really buy enough chargers to give away all the laptops. So we took a brief pause in the program for the summer. We had a generous donor step up and say, hey, I want to make sure you guys can still give out laptops, and actually gave us a check for $1,000, which allowed us to buy a whole bunch of chargers and open the program back up and get things rolling again, which was super nice. But things like that, people making monetary donations so we can buy the peripherals, people donating their computers, those are things that really help us keep that program going.
Okay. All right. Geez, we should probably talk. I think even just talking with people around here, laptop. People have a lot of laptops that they need to ditch.
And businesses are really, a lot of business professionals, they want to get their laptop renewed as often as they can. If they've got a laptop for work, the main organization that we get laptops from, they have a 3-year depreciation cycle where after 3 years they recycle their laptops and send them out the door. And for an end user, for somebody like me or these kids that we're giving laptops to in the community, that's fine. A 3-year-old laptop. Actually, the funny story, the first time we got laptops, the guy who brought me the first batch and said, hey, could we give these to kids? When I started looking at the laptops, I said, hey, these are nicer than mine. These
okay.
Yes, we can definitely give these out to kids in the community.
Yeah, this is going to work great.
And so, a laptop that a business says, hey, we're done with this, is a laptop that's still got a lot of life in it for the community.
Yeah, okay. Geez. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at some of the notes and going onto your website and just the stuff that you do. But I think one of the most fantastic things is you've done a lot of volunteer work. You can go onto your website and read all about your profile. But I think just us talking, and you kind of mentioned it here. You took a chance.
Yeah.
To continue to give into the community, which is cool. I mean, that's cool.
It really is.
That's cool.
And, we the neat thing is that we are an organization that is community supported, and our community has really shown us that they want us around, and they appreciate what we do. And the fact that we've been able to do this now for 5 years is a big deal. We keep going, and every time I'm like, okay, well, are we going to keep going? Something happens, and we're able to push forward, and it's really, really awesome.
Now, and there's other ways to support. I
Yes.
think I was telling you, I had Habitat for Humanity, which you used to volunteer for,
Yeah.
and maybe you still do. It sounds like you're busy now.
I know, I haven't had
so
a
they
chance to
even do
volunteer
that.
with them for
I'm
years.
not looking down on you.
But-
I'm just saying.
I
But
love what
you
they
have
do.
but I didn't realize there were so many different things that they actually do.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it's the same thing with you. In order to keep these things up,
Right.
you can donate the laptops. You need volunteers.
Yep.
Is that right? Or
Yep.
teachers
All the time.
to help volunteer and do a class. But one thing too is to just support to get out and get these programs going.
Definitely.
You can
Definitely.
give,
Yes.
or and I was reading something because this is I think people were. I like the idea, so I was just thinking you could support, and do you get your logo on your
Yeah.
trailer and
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
And so we've
so
got-
you've got a way to support online.
Yeah, and if people want to do that, like on our mobile makerspace, that's a great example. If people want to get their word out, if they're a business and they want to say, hey, we appreciate what this organization is doing, we want to show that we support kids in our community, they can become sponsors, and we can put their logo on the side of our trailer. Depending on the level of sponsorship, we can even get logos inside our building. We're very happy to partner with the community in that way, to say, hey, so-and-so company really believes in us. That's something, we've had a couple really great ones. Bernina, the sewing shop in town, they've been supporting us since the very beginning, and they are incredible people, and they just really believe in kids. Excuse me, modernize. They're an optometrist here in town off of 180th and Q. Same story. They fell in love with what we did, and they said, hey, we're going to support you. They've been monthly supporters for several years now. They're actually one of our longest monthly supporters. And so, local businesses like that, I cherish those connections because they really are it's amazing. And to me, it gives me a little hope. It says, hey, this isn't something that is just some crazy idea I came up with. People are actually getting behind this and saying, yeah, we really believe that this can change lives. And it has changed so many lives.
Okay, that's cool. In 5 years, it's a cool thing. I'm just sitting here talking to you, and I just realized you code camp. You do a code camp?
Yeah. So
okay, good job wearing that. That's
I know,
a good one.
I came prepared today.
Holy
Code
smokes.
Camp, this was actually from our 2021 year. Code Camp is a summer camp of robotics, basically. And so what we do at Code Camp is we spend a week with kids. We give them a robot kit, and they build a robot from scratch. Once they're done building this robot, then we teach them how to program the robot, and we get the code loaded on the robot, and their robot can do its tricks and do its stuff. But then when we send them away, we always send them away and say, hey, look, this robot can do so much more. If you want to expand on this robot, here are resources to do that. And if you do expand on this robot, send me pictures.
Yeah,
and every now and then I'll get pictures from a kid saying, hey, here's what I did with my robot kit. And some of them have like totally taken them apart and built something totally different. Some of them have kept the robot and they've added stuff to the car, and it's oh man, this is so cool.
Okay, that is cool. All right. Jeez, wow. That's so hopefully for all those you who are still watching, Mom, thanks. It's just amazing, really, what people do and kind of these stories. Mm-hmm. And I always say when I started this show, if it's a show, it's a show. We're just characters, right? We're just having a conversation. We're just chit chatting. People like people. Hopefully they I don't want to say fall in love with the characters, but they like the characters. They're like, you know what, this is cool stuff. There's so many people who have good stories and cool stuff, and sacrifices that they do to help kids, to what everybody's doing. Mm-hmm. Everybody has something cool, and yours is as it's a cool story. So
It really is.
and what you got going is cool.
We see this time and time again. We see, you know, the stuff that we're doing is actually making a difference, and it's changing lives. And it's not just me saying it's changing lives. It's cool. What's really cool is that it comes down to seeing the changed lives. And there are so many stories. I wish I could have brought some of our success story kids in here and said, hey, here's what we do. But I've got like one that comes to mind is this kid named Ramses. And he was a kid that we actually met through another organization we partner with. And he got interested in welding. And so what we did with Ramses is we got him into one of our welding classes, and we started mentoring him and showing him, a couple different things in the world of welding, but also showing him, hey, here's how you get into the world of being a worker. Here's how you enter the workforce. And so we tried to work with him on this stuff. Well, long story short, between our interventions and the interventions at his school that he was going to, Ramses was able to not only graduate high school on time, which for him was a big deal. He was struggling with that in his previous setting. He was able to graduate from high school. He was able to take the welding stuff that we taught him and enter the workforce, and he's doing a great job right now. He just graduated in May. And so,
He's doing welding.
Yeah,
okay.
and he's doing well.
Yeah, that's a thing too. We need just people who have some good skills.
Oh, we do. We absolutely do. And I'm an advocate for STEM and for trades. I think that there's a need for both of those. The trade skills, welding, woodworking, construction, all those. I taught those in the high school setting, and I really believe that if we want to do kids the most good, we need to make sure that they're exposed to all the avenues for success, not just get your 4-year degree and become whatever. There's so much more to that. You can go in the military route. You can get in a trade school. You can go into technical fields. Any of the STEM fields. There's so many more opportunities than just saying, okay, pick your favorite 4-year flavor and go for it.
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking school. It's a wonderful thing. I went to college. I encourage other people, if you have the means and the ability to go to college, it's a great opportunity. But it's not. We shouldn't say that it's the only thing. It's not the requirement that it's not the determiner of success for a kid.
Yeah.
Following your opportunity is the determiner of success. If you get an opportunity and you follow it, that's what is going to help a kid be successful ultimately.
Well, you're a passionate guy about it.
I am.
So I like it. I like
so.
it. Now listen, when you work every day?
Every day.
Monday through Sunday?
7 days a week.
I think you do. You probably go into that office, you're doing something.
I
Shop.
tell my wife that I try to keep it down to 5 or 6 days a week, but if I'm not at the makerspace, I am at home on my computer, networking, working with doing things.
Okay.
I work every day of my life, but at the same time, I don't work at all. I love what I do.
Okay, well, that's real cool. Well, geez, we should. Normally at this stage, I say let's rate this. I don't know where it goes, but somebody normally, I say between a 1 and a 10 for this delicious treat. And since you're the guest, the rating means absolutely nothing.
It's not bad.
So
it's not bad.
I mean, it's a 9.
Yeah.
I think it's a 9 easy.
8, 9, 9.5, somewhere in that range. It's good. It's got a lemony taste. It's something that you can just enjoy. You can just sip on it while you talk, or you can,
You know what helps is this glass. That says
nice.
Sean Lee, Nebraska Realty
that is
on it.
really, really nice.
You were probably thinking, man, this is the best tasting sip I've ever had.
And it improves the flavor
Did it?
by 25%.
Okay, great. I appreciate that. All right, well, geez, I think we probably, is there anything I'm missing? Anything you want to talk about? Because I think you just go to your website.
Go to my website.
You can find out about you, madenewOmaha.com.
Right.
You'll find out about everything you guys do, all your programs. If you want to just support, there's a ways to support.
Right.
If you want to be a teacher or participate, it's on there.
Right.
And if you just want to stop by, you're going to be there at the
I'm
shop.
there.
You just show up.
If you want to see the shop, come by Mondays through Fridays. Usually 9 to 5. I guarantee you I'll be there. Outside of those hours, I'm usually there, but don't tell my wife.
Yeah.
But I'll be happy to show people around. The only other thing I'd say is something that I always, it's at the bottom of my website. It's something I really believe is that we should all be excellent to each other. We should all try to make the world a better place. And whether you're supporting that through our organization or you're doing it on your own with your neighbors, just be excellent to each other.
I like it. That's a good way to end. Thanks, everybody, for tuning into this episode of Omaha Sips and Tips. Have a great week, and take care, everybody. Be excellent to each other.
Be excellent to each other.
All right. Cool. That's it.